You know, you can make the very strong argument that the 90s was the peak decade for teen and high school movies. I mean, I know the 80s was tight with all the John Hughes slash Brat Pack pictures, but when you take into consideration 10 Things I Hate About You, American Pie, Scream, The Craft, She's All That, Cruel Intentions, and many more, the 90s might just have it beat, and probably the best prime example from this period is Clueless, directed by Amy Peckerling. This is a damn funny and entertaining film, the driving force being Alicia Silverstone as Cher in her most famous role. I feel a bit bad for her that she never made it as big as she could have, but nevertheless, she is on fire here. She's unbelievably confident and charismatic, a little bit egocentric and ditzy for sure, but she proves that she can be selfless and she matures the further along it goes. There's just so many layers to what should be a basic character, but Silverstone's acting and Peckerling's writing and direction transform her into an icon. And speaking of icons, the late Brittany Murphy might just steal the show as Ty. She is so bloody funny non-stop from start to finish. She nails being clumsy and socially awkward and adorably dorky. I love her wee laugh and her exaggerated Jersey accent, her on-point facial expressions, and the amount of physical slapstick that she's involved with. She just has me busting a gut every time. She's my personal highlight of the whole thing. She is a pure treasure. And the rest of the cast is studded too. Diane is a perfect best friend for Cher to bounce off of. Donald Faison from Scrubs gets plenty of laughs as Murray. Breckin Meyer is fun as the goofy skateboarder dude Travis. There's the cynically sarcastic Amber. Elton is a little bland to be honest, but Christian is definitely more interesting, being so cool and not given a toss. There's Paul Rudd in his big screen debut as Josh. It's so surreal to see him play such a regular, straight character compared to later films. Dan Hedaya is a good laugh as Cher's stressed out dad. Wallace Shawn and Twink Kaplan as Mr. Hall misguised. You have the PE teacher, the bitter driving instructor. Just too many memorable characters to count, and they're all played well. What a cast! And what a 1995 time capsule this is. Between them being in a super rich high school pre-2008, the presence of pagers and those old cell phones in a pre-social media age, and those primitive PCs, like the one with Cher's outfit match computer program. Oh, and on the subject, Mona May does not get enough credit for her terrific job seeking out and cultivating these loud and colourful outfits that have since become legendary. The lack of a best costume design nomination is a proper sin. And lastly, the banging music that includes Supergrass, Coolio, Jill Sobule, The Muffs, and the best of the lot, Where'd You Go by the Mighty Mighty Bass Tones. So that's Clueless, and yeah, it's a gem. One of the true pinnacles of the teen comedy genre with awesome acting, funny writing, good direction, and too many highlights to count. Could I possibly ever hate it? As if. In fact, it gets me all way existential, like Ren and Stimpy do. I'm Jason, and this is Small Movie World, watching, talking, and loving films.